we're 6 days into the month and I've made a grand. It takes me quite a while to make a grand tax-free at my 9 to 5, Monday to Friday job. Today is my 100th day literally on the bot. If I had been losing money, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. So that was 9 months, 10 grand. With HyperBot, I was so close today to getting to 10 grand in 100 days, in a quarter of the time. Third or fourth week on the bot, I had to go to a wedding. I turned the bot on in the morning while I was getting ready. It was up $1,400. And I'm like, are you joking? I feel like it's a rigged pokie machine, like that's actually in your favour. Bonus retention before HyperBot was about 70 because I was making mistakes and you'd miss something. Now it's closer to the 90 mark. So that's a 20% increase. You're not sitting there like on a Saturday, sitting there for 9 hours. I don't really care that I'm a female in the community. Like, I don't feel like I'm out of place.
All right, we've got SkyWalker here, alias from the Discord. How you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, good. We were just having a chat about the day today, and obviously you've just got involved in masterminds, and we're just having a bit of discussion about your setup and where we're going. But this interview is about HyperBot. So, one word to describe the HyperBot.
Am I allowed to swear?
You are.
Because if I was to describe it, it would be describe it in two ways. If it was one word, I'd be fucked because it is just like unreal.
Yep.
Um, but for me, it's also like I feel like it's a rigged pokey machine in a
Mm,
way, like that's actually in your favor and not in the casino's favor.
yeah, rigged poker machine.
Yeah.
All right, good one. I like it. Now, your first impressions of Imperial Wealth and me specifically weren't the best, as we spoke about the other day. I think the term was douchebag.
No, I didn't call you a douchebag. No, when I was first getting into match betting literally a year ago, I had two choices, one with one company and one with you guys. And I think I looked at one of your videos and I think my first impression was, oh, he's a bit arrogant. And now I've learnt after talking to you, interacting with you guys, you might be, but it's good because you're confident and you actually uh, commit to what you say you're going to do, and you've got the proven results behind it anyway. So, um, yeah, my opinion's definitely changed. Don't worry. It's always like when you meet your best friend for the first time, you think, oh, they're an idiot, and then you end up being best friends. So
Yeah, yeah.
there you go.
So, in terms of your impressions now, it's sort of the arrogance was sort of backed up, and everything I sort of said, it's been well and true, and we've delivered on it.
You're a good bloke at heart. Don't worry. I can see that.
That's good. All right, now, first thing, you're a woman in this space, which is rare. Let's be honest here. Not sexist. We're just saying it how it is.
Yep.
A lot of women are scared to do betting systems, and you know, especially imagine a female hearing automation, betting automation. What was your initial reaction? Obviously, you had betting experience,
Mm.
so your initial reaction, as a female bettor was it makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense, particularly when you put so much time and effort into manually betting, logging onto your phone and going through different accounts and tracking different accounts and placing this and placing that. There's so much room for human error. And I always had in the back of my mind, surely there's got to be an easier way, like surely. And because, funnily enough, because I'd originally subscribed to some of your free services back last year, even though I ended up going with another company, I was still getting your emails.
Mm.
And I think that's how it actually came through. And then I looked at the videos and I thought, nah, fuck it. Excuse me, I got to get on this. I don't care how much it costs as such. I've made profit from match betting, and this is just going to be such a time saver, reducing that human error, having AI behind you. It's just, yeah, it's ridiculous.
And we'll talk about your results in a sec. Obviously, they've been pretty strong so far. What would you say to other females sort of looking at this, not just HypeBot in general, but betting as an investment in general, like even the elite system for match betting, say, because most of them would want to start off there for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think it would be one of two things. So if you're a gambler at the moment, you've probably got a bit of an advantage because you've already got those existing accounts, plural. And rather than losing your money or just throwing it out the window, you've got a way to actually do it in your favor, like actually rip off the bookies because they've been ripping you off for such a long time. And there's ways and means of going about that, whether that's starting at the very basics where I did and making little mistakes here and there, but you learn so quickly. So there's opportunities there. Um, and for those that have never done it before, you might not have any inkling to gamble, but for me, it's not actually gambling. You're making profit, you're betting in a smart way. There's so many different ways to do it that your profit just keeps going up and up. And it's actually fun. I used to, before match betting, I hate to admit it, but I used to play with online pokies and I hate them in real life. I don't like, never really gambled. I'd put like $1, literally $1 same game multi on like a 25 leg AFL game just for the fun of it. And if I didn't get it, I didn't care. It was $1. But online pokies catch you and you win big once and you think that you can do it again.
Yeah, yeah.
And as soon as I got into match betting, I jumped onto live chat and I made them close my account. I'm like, why am I going to let them rip me off when I can do it a different way?
Yeah.
So for any female looking to do it, you're not the main demographic that they go after, but there's still bonus offers. There's still plenty of accounts. One of my best mates loves her sports bet, loves putting her tries on, loves this, loves that. And you can, yeah, it doesn't matter what sex you are, just give it a go if you want to try something different.
And to a female thinking this is gambling, what would you say to them in one sentence?
It's not, as long as you are disciplined about it and you can try and remove your emotions. I say that hypocritically because sometimes your emotions do get the better of you, but when it comes to automation, as long as you're putting in the right settings, you're letting it do it for you, it's finding the best value, it's turning over your bonuses, which you can
It's
learn the
very
basics
easy.
of
It's
that.
very easy with
It
Imperial
is.
Wealth because we've got software that
It
does
is.
everything for you with a couple of clicks
Everything
of
else
a
for
button.
you. Yeah, exactly. So it's just about learning the basics. How can you turn over a bonus? So basically, you're getting free money from a bookie with the bonus. How can you get that money back without basically wasting it, whether that be on sports, whether that be on racing,
Mm.
betting one side to win, one side to lose. Whereas HyperBot takes that losing bet out, that lay bet, and it kind of does it for you. So there is a higher chance of variance, but for me,
And,
it's
and match betting
smarter
and match
gambling
betting and match
and
betting
match
in
betting in
general.
general. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So there's match betting where you're booking on you're um, backing both outcomes, so you can't lose either way as long as you find the right odds, the right timing, there's all sorts of different variables that you'll learn about. Um, but yeah, it's gambling with an edge. Yes, you having money go in and out, but I today is my 100th day literally on the bot. And if I had been losing money consistently and I was in negative, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
You wouldn't have joined masterminds last week.
No, exactly. Last week, exactly.
Very good. All right. Well, it's 100th day now. Let's talk about you've had 100 days with the Hyperbot. Let's go back to the previous 100 days and talk about your experience before joining Imperial Wealth and this other service you were a part of, and now you're on Hyperbot. Talk to us about the difference
Mhm.
there. What have you found the main differences?
Yeah, sure. I guess I started about a year ago match betting. I started from the basics, learning turnover bonuses, racing, sports, how you can, minimize losses from non-promos. The service that I was with, I did learn quite a lot of valuable info from them. And, that's always a good place to start. Imperial Wealth, you can start as well. There's plenty of free courses you can do, tracking sheets, all sorts of stuff.
Mm.
I love hyperfixating on little bits and pieces and finding that hobby that I don't want to let go of. Otherwise, I'll just flick through 100 different hobbies in a year. And this one I haven't let go of. So in that 9 months that I was doing just normal match betting, so prior to HyperBot, I think I made about 10 grand, which can seem like a lot for some people, but for other people doing it in the space, people were making a lot more. Um, and then, so that was 9 months, 10 grand with HyperBot. I was so close today to getting to 10 grand in 100 days. So that's almost just over 3 months. So, in a quarter of the time, I've made almost, if not the same amount, and with less effort as well. Still the
Amazing.
same level of dopamine though. It's good.
Had a couple of random people reach out on Discord today to ask what IW is like. Gave them my 2 cents, hashtag second to none.
I do love refreshing the summary page and going, oh, what's hit? What's come out? What's going on? Oh, she's a bit down. Oh, well, it'll pop back up.
Yeah.
As my partner even says, don't worry about it, babe. It'll pop back up. You always come to me in the Arvo and go, guess what hit?
And this isn't including your sports stuff on the side as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's only
How much are you
racing in the
are you up
bot.
in the last 3 months with everything?
I'd say so. I do try and track everything, but I think with the tracking sheets that I've got, the balances end up a bit skewed and the bonuses end up a bit skewed because whatever bonuses I accumulate from sports, the bot uses
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
So it
gotcha.
might look like I'm a little bit down or a little bit, haven't gone anywhere on my tracking side of things, but it's because it uses it on the bot as well.
Yep.
A
Makes
couple
sense.
of free hits have won when I do sports and things like that. And your same game multis, one leg fail, that kind of thing, or your mega boosts. There's all sorts of things you can do. So it's probably a bit hard to tell. But I think getting into masterminds means that I can then refine the sports side of it as well, and then hopefully
Yeah.
link up sports into the bot. And then if I've got racing and sports, then I'm set.
Well, yeah, your current rate, you're on track for $40,000 extra for the year, tax free, which isn't a light amount of money, especially tax free. You're
No,
looking at what are you looking at? $75,000 at a job, something around there. So
exactly. And I mean, we're the 6th of June at the moment, right? We're 6 days into the month, and I've made a grand in that 6 days. It might be variance, it might be a bit of luck, or it might be my settings, could be a combination of all of them. But, it takes me quite a while to make a grand tax free at my 9 to 5, Monday to Friday job.
yeah. So, it nearly took a year last time to make 10 grand. We've done it in 3 months now. Talk to us about the returns in terms of your bonus retention and your POT. So obviously we've made
Yeah.
way more profit, way quicker, but what's your bonus retention
hmm
sitting at the moment?
So bonus retention before HyperBot was about 70 because I was making mistakes and you'd miss something or you'd lay something and you'd forget to do this and forget to do that. And there's human error involved. So it's about 70-ish. Now it's closer to the 90 mark. I think it's about 88, 89%. There are a couple that didn't win today, but that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Um, and in terms of
About 90%
totals,
now.
yeah, about 90%. Yep. So that's a 20% increase, which is pretty bloody good. I think that's quite hard to get manually if I'm not wrong.
Mm.
Hmm.
20%,
Promos.
20% increase, 90% manually. Oh, it's close to impossible.
Yeah.
You're looking at a top 1% mark there. Most manuals sit at around 70 to 80% on the high side. Like that's sort of,
Yeah.
top
And
quartile.
that's with laying. I'm guessing most people would lay their bonus bets. If you don't know what laying is, go and Google it. But just backing, it's going to win and it's going to lose at the same time, and you make profit in the middle. But with the bot, you're just putting it on, and even where there are some bonuses that lose, the ones that win, you're still getting a percentage of nearly 90%. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, and the bot can back lay now, which is a new feature we added last month, which is good for those who don't want the variants. But you're always given a
Yeah,
percent up to Betfair when you lay. It's not the smartest, but even those who manually
it's good
kind of
to start with, though. Yeah,
yeah, definitely the best way to start. That's what we
yeah,
teach in the elite system. It's the only way to start. You got to start
yeah,
there, and then you can progress. But a lot of people who excuse me, who manually bet without laying and they're just punting the bonus, right? They'll still only get around 75 to 80% if they're good. And the hyperbot
yeah,
you're getting, yeah, from 75 an extra 15%, and it's doing it all for you. So not only are you
yeah,
saving that much brain power and time, you're getting 15% extra for every bonus conversion. And the money is made on this investment from the bonus bets. So if you compound that
Exactly.
15% over time, it's a huge amount of profit. And yeah, a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, I think that the bot's expensive." Well, you're making an extra
No, not really. No,
15%,
no.
right? You're saving
Mm.
99% of your time. You're making more money. Your POT percent's going up. It speaks for itself, really.
There's a difference between expensive versus valuable. It's the same as a
Correct.
car. You might think a car's expensive, but you might think it's the best bloody car in the world. So the price tag doesn't really matter because you've wanted it for years. It's probably the best analogy I can come up with.
Mm.
But for me, I didn't really care how much the bot was. I was like, no, I'm going to find the money. I'm going to take it out of particular accounts. I'm going to use my savings. I'm going to whatever it is, because I knew in the back of my head there was something that said, this is going to fucking work.
Yep.
And I haven't been wrong yet, which is bloody amazing. And for someone who uses their own product, doesn't just promote it, but uses it, it really speaks volumes, basically.
Mm, for sure. And how's it made your mug betting since you've come to Imperial Wealth and the Hypebot? Has it made mug betting easier for you?
Yeah, it definitely has because there's just there's so many settings you can do if you want to do it. If you want to do your auto mugs or you want to do negative EV, so that it does just kind of fire off a couple here and there for sustainability purposes, and sometimes they win. But you can do pure non-promo settings. I'm still up on my non-promo over the last 3 months. I had a look before. I'm still $700 up, and I was never up on racing non-promos. I think actually that was my biggest downfall, was racing non-promos, even when I used to lay, because I could just never get it right and never understand it. So the fact that it's, you can choose so many different settings. You've got every single bookmaker in there. You can add them all, press play, and you'll get out of it what you put into it, just like a calculator. It's always going to give you
Mm.
the results, but it depends on the settings that you use, and it's so variable, but it's good. It is really good. It's one of its kind, really.
How much time have you saved on the Hypebot compared to how you used to bet manually?
That's a really good question. I don't know, but I'm probably going to have to just say like a shit ton, because by the time it's my measure of time. But you're not sitting there like on a Saturday, sitting there for 9 hours and you've made, I don't know, $100 manually. You're having the preparation and putting the time and effort into preparing it and making sure you've got this promo set and that set and everything's kind of rostered or scheduled out. You're not picking the horses, you leave that to the bot, but you're picking which races you want it to apply it to. So I've spent more time in prepping, trialing and error with the bot. Like I've tried the place only non-promo bets over the last couple of weeks, and I think they've been okay as well. So it's kind of exciting. Kind of gives me that dopamine and gives me that hyper fixation to be like, cool, what else can I learn about it today? What else can I learn about it this week? And
It gives
that's
you
why I
more.
went into
It gives you more
masterminds.
time to
Gives you
spend
more time, yeah.
to like spend it
And
on
some people go out.
learning other things.
Yeah, exactly. Some people go out and play golf. I've had it running, I reckon in maybe my third or fourth week on the bot, I had to go to a wedding. Not had to go, but went to my mate's wedding. I turned the bot on in the morning while I was getting ready. Anyway, I remember refreshing it like between the ceremony and reception, and I'm like, I was taken aback because I hadn't been watching it, and I was like, what the fuck? It was up $1,400, and I'm like, are you joking? And I think that was my first best day. And then last fortnight, I think it was, I had another $1,600 pure profit Saturday. So you've not only have you put through a couple of grand,
Mm.
you're not just down, you haven't just broken even, you've gotten all of that back and you've made this profit that's just sitting there. And when I have a look at that graph of the all-time summary and it's going up and to the right, it's just like, yeah, that's sick. And I'm here having a drink and eating and
I was about to
celebrating,
ask
and
you
it's
what
making money for me.
I was about to ask you what's your favorite moment on the bot, and that's got to be it, hey?
It is, yeah. And there's so many different favorite moments. It's letting it do its thing, which has its pros and cons. Being a bit of a control freak, it's really a weird thing to let a robot be betting for you and you not doing it. And then logging into your accounts after and seeing that they're there. And it's like, I didn't put it on, but I'm glad that the bot did because it fucking won. Or you refresh your summary page, and 1 minute you might be down, and then the next minute, like the other day, I was down, and the next minute it was all of a sudden up by 600, and I was like, oh, that's killer. So it's just such a nice feeling. Plus the community, I've met so many, not met in person, but I've met so many um, people. I don't think I've spoken to a female yet. If you are a female and you use the bot, please reach out. But plenty of
I think
blokes, plenty of
you
good
and Leah
blokes
had an
out there.
interaction. You and Leah had a small
I
interaction.
think so. Yeah, I think she's got to message me back. I've DM'd you, Leah, message me back. Have a look in your junk mail. But yeah, there's so many nice blokes out there, and I don't really care that I'm a female in the community. Like, I don't feel like I'm out of place. You know, I don't, sometimes I feel like I hide behind my little username, but I don't really care. Like, it doesn't really bother me. I grew up with four brothers anyway, so it doesn't bother me at all. Um, but yeah, it is such a great community, and it's nice that you can celebrate the daily wins. You can celebrate the week, the month. You know, people will get on there and say, "Oh, hey, I got this bonus bet, this one won, how good?" And everyone celebrates. You know, of course, there are people that are going to be like, "Oh, shit, I didn't get that one. You know, my settings were a bit different." Cool, no worries. It's just a learning opportunity,
Yeah.
but it is good. It is really good.
How would you rate the
Don't regret
community
it at all.
overall in terms of professionalism and knowledge? If we're comparing it to the other community you're in, I don't know how many other communities you've been in, but where would you rank Imperial Wealth in terms of the community and
Yeah, I've
yeah,
never really been part of like a digital community besides from the previous place. It's very similar. I guess the users are going to be very similar to each other, but I think when it comes down to interaction from you guys, like the staff, the support, it's just second to none. Like every time I put something in my ticket or I've got a question for tech support question, you know, your devs team are always on for it super quick. Like I didn't expect them to reply to something today, being a Saturday and being so busy. And they got back to me so quickly. And I always am so appreciative of that. Everyone supports each other. No one's a C word to each other. You know, you're always jumping in the chats. You know, I got to interact with you when I first signed up as well. Jacob's been great. Factor, he's new HyperBot consultant as well. He's awesome. He was actually the reason that I joined. He convinced me. Um, or he was the nail in the coffin, rather going, no, 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 do it. And you've hired another female head of customer service, Alexa. I haven't met her yet. But yeah, your team, I remember speaking with Axel, and he was like, I don't care if I'm talking to you at 10 o'clock at night. I love what I do. It doesn't feel like a job to me. And
mm,
how good's that? Imagine working at a job that doesn't feel like work. That that is killer. So yeah, you guys are amazing.
yeah, you told me earlier that your call went over an hour for 2 hours
Hmm.
and actual apologized to you for taking up too much of your time.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, no, 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 I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to steal you at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday. But, you know, it's not like a doctor's appointment where they're like, time's up. See you next week. You know, they're not just going to cut you off. He's like, no, I just, you know, we just go back and forth and go on little accidental tangents and questions and this and that and interrupt each other and, you know, respectfully. But he's been, I've only talked to him twice this week, but he's been, oh, I think he helped me set up the bot originally as well. Um, but no, he has been really, really good. No, nothing I can, yeah, I clone him, clone him,
Yeah, he's
clone them all.
that'd be nice, wouldn't it? So we've come from HyperBot now in 3 months. Now you've sort of joined the masterminds, which I
Mhm.
know it's still early, so we can't talk too much about this and what's going on. It's only, a week or two in. But talk to us about your decision there. What made you want to jump from HyperBot to our higher end consulting where you're working one on one with my team, my
Mhm.
actual betting syndicate? Because as you're aware, I still bet to this day. I post my results and I got everything going on myself. What made you want to jump into that consulting?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was the curiosity behind it and then the motivation to go, right, if this works and people are getting X, Y, and Z because you can see other people's kind of results on the daily leaderboard or monthly, and it's like, holy shit, how are they doing that? I want to be able to do that. And it's not, you know, it sounds so selfish and boastful, like I want to do that, but part of me is like, no, no, I think I can do it as well. So it's being able to believe in yourself and go, all right, how can I get to that next level? Surely there's got to be more. There's only so much trial and error you can do for yourself. There's only so many times you can, use this setting. Like there's got to be different things that you can do. And with all the little things that you keep bringing out, like your EV plus sports and this and that and this and that, it's like, all right, holy shit, this is going to be good. How can I get up to the next level?
Yeah.
And it wasn't about the money for me. I could have spent that same amount with another company, but I knew that it was that value conversation again. It's nothing to do with it's the cost effective and valueness. It's not, oh, that's just fucking expensive. Not really. Because if I can make it back in however long it takes me, it might be really quick to make it back, then that was money well spent and it will be money well spent.
Yeah, well, a lot of other clients came from the similar community you're at, and they joined
Mm-hmm.
masterminds. And they were even telling me, I had a call with one of them Thursday, and they were mentioning you even messaging them saying, "Hey, is the masterminds worth it?" And they were all giving you the green light, saying, "Hey, look, if you're this type of person that wants X, Y, and Z, then
Mm-hmm.
yes, 100%,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
just good as
Oh,
well."
yeah, definitely. It's just different. It is just different. I don't really know how to describe it. I never got into the other one, but at the same time, yeah, I have no regrets so
I'll
far.
tell
It's
you
only
who
been a
described
week.
it perfectly the other day.
Tell
Carlos.
me.
Uh,
Okay, tell me. Yeah,
Carlo, he goes, the word is tailored.
good bloke.
Very good bloke.
Tailored. Yes. Yep.
I'm
Yep.
stealing that word from you because that is
It's a good
exactly what
one.
masterminds is, because it's very tailored to the individual and
Mm.
exactly
Well,
what they want to achieve.
it's like life. What you can't do one size fits all. Everyone learns differently. For
Yeah.
one, everyone's got a different size bankroll. Everyone's got a different amount of sets or bookies or whatever they've got. Everyone's got different circumstances. Even Axel said to me, what times work well for you? If you work 9 to 5, I'll speak to you at 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, oh, are you sure? I felt bad.
Mm,
And he's like, no, it's fine. We will work with you. Like, this is the whole point of us. And it's kind of, as wanky as this sounds, it kind of makes you feel a bit special going, oh, shit, someone's willing to, you know, talk to you at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night or accidentally go over
mm.
um, and teach you X, Y, and Z and let you interrupt with a silly question and give you a second to write things down or take screenshots or whatever. So it's tailored. And I remember getting off that first phone call that night and going to my husband, like, nah, this is going to be fucking worth it. He's like, yep, I trust you. You know, particularly with that monetary investment being in a relationship, you need to kind of, be open and honest about
Yeah.
stuff. And he's like, cool, it's your money. You do. It's my money from profits that I've made. If you feel like that's the right thing to do, then I trust you. And I'm gonna hope in, this time next year, come back and have a chat and we'll see how we go.
Mm, for sure. Yeah, it's important for us as well because everyone's very different. And look, it's maybe my arrogance speaking a bit here, but because of my experience in the industry,
Yep.
I mean, $350 million of turnover. I've made over 10 million with my own betting syndicate. I've gone from the level one of doing it on my own in my bedroom, 2 by 2 meters with one phone, scaling that up, building my first team member, building a team of 20, then getting into the automation, reducing the team. I know every angle that one can go towards, and
Yeah.
some people are already at the top level, already doing millions, and they don't need the step by step. They just need a I had a client who
Refine
was
that.
I
Yeah.
had a client who he had 13 team members, right? I got that team members down to 5. Okay, we didn't increase his team, we decreased it.
Yeah.
All he needed was team structure and his edge automated, which is non-promo. He does nothing to do with promotions, all completely non-promo. He didn't care
Oh,
about the
really? Yeah,
promotion.
right.
He didn't care about it, right? And I know I can do
Oh,
that because I've done it before.
you've
Then
done it.
there's
Yeah.
individuals who, I have a client who wants to live overseas for 6 months of the year and in Melbourne 6 months of the year. And he goes, I don't care about these big numbers that I see, Evan. All I want is $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
Cool. I know how to run your operation overseas. This is what we set up for you. And you need to have that experience in order to cater everyone individually. Where these other services, they've never actually done it before. They've never actually
Mm.
run a betting syndicate or scaled one before, or done $350 million in automation, or worked with some of Australia's literally biggest names of punting. I'm talking back from the 1990s. So yeah, this is just time in the trenches. 10 years. This is all I've done my whole life since I was a young adult, and because of that, I know every direction. If you only want to go
Yeah.
to there, this is how we do it. If you want to go to there,
Yep.
this is how we do it. And I think that's what's really unique about masterminds is it can't be copied. It can't, because it's all my own IP and me telling you, okay, this is what we do next. We do here,
Yep.
we go there, and it's at one step at a time. And I think that's what really makes the masterminds, yeah, unique.
Exactly. And this is probably a bit of another wanky analogy, but managers say go, but leaders say let's go. And
Mm.
you're the leader type because you're like, all right, let's do it together. Let's do it. I've done it too, and I'll be there with you at the same time. Um, and my goal when I was talking to Axel was I'd love to make 10K a month minimum. And he's like, I think you're cutting yourself short. I think you can do more than that. I was like, all right, let's get there first, and then we can reevaluate our goals.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Someone sitting on the fence thinking about joining just Imperial Wealth in general, okay? The
Mhm.
elite system, HyperBot, even masterminds. What would you say to them?
Yeah, I'd probably say start with the free courses, and get a bit of an idea about how it all works. You get to then interact with the community, speak to different Imperial Wealth staff. I think Factor X is around as well. Jacob, yourself, Axel. Start with those free courses. Have a look at the online videos. Have a look at people's interviews. Have a look at the elites chats. Take up a free month of racing or sports or whatever is on offer. I don't know what's actually on offer. Hopefully there is a free month of something now that I've said it. But at the same time, yeah, just give it a go. And if you make mistakes, that's cool. No one's going to judge you. Give it a go and then progress from there. And if you're up to that stage where you've done all of those basics and you're ready for the next level, just do it. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting here talking about it if I had lost money. Um, yeah, that's all I can say is just give it a go. We can make it happen, or you can make it happen, and Evan can help you make it happen.
For sure. Well, thank you for your time, Skywalker. Appreciate it a lot. Anything else you want to say before we head off? We've pretty much
All
nailed it
good.
all.
Thank you for your time. Yeah, I think we nailed it all, mate. Appreciate it. I'll speak to you in my next masterminds call.
100%. Take care.
Cheers. Catch ya. Bye.